Right guys, in this lesson I'll be discussing the unit circle. So the unit circle is simply a circle of radius 1 unit. If we take the radius here, r is equal to 1 unit. Why this circle is important and interesting? Let's say, since this is always the radius is 1, what we can do, what if we now take a projection here, we take the perpendicular onto the x-axis. Let's see, what do we get? This is an angle, let's say theta. What we get here is the cosine of theta. So this distance will be the cosine of the angle. So you remember the definition of a cosine? We have triangle, right triangle. We have an angle. We have opposite. We have adjacent. So you can work out cosine, sine, and tangent. So we have the opposite, adjacent. Here we have the hypotenuse. So what we can do, we can write down, you remember that sine of the angle. You can say that the sine of the angle is equal to the opposite over hypotenuse. The cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, whereas the tangent is opposite over adjacent. So the nice thing about the unit circle is the hypotenuse is equal to 1 unit. So that means that when we take the ratio, for example, between adjacent and hypotenuse, we simply get adjacent. The value gives automatically the cosine here, cos theta, whereas this part here is sine of theta. So that to get the sine, we take the projection onto the y-axis. So this distance here will be the sine. Then the cosine will be this distance here. So as you can see, that's quite straightforward. So we can also see how the sine and cosine change as we move this radius over the circle. Let's look at a few examples.